This series of videos is about using the Handbook for Social Work Writing in Social Work Education. This book was written by Susan Mason and me, Wendy Zeitlin, and it was published by Routledge in 2024. This first video will provide you with some ideas and an overview of using this handbook in social work education. So the purpose of the handbook is really twofold. The first is really to be used by students, and it is really used to develop and refine and support clear professional writing for social work students throughout their careers. And when we talk about social work students, we mean BSW level students, MSW level, or doctoral students, either DSW or PhD. And the second purpose is to help instructors develop those writing skills in social work students, but with minimal classroom effort. We're well aware that curriculum, no matter what level of social work education or whether classes are delivered synchronously or asynchronously online, whether they're blended classes or whether they're in-person classes, that the curriculum is tight and there are usually no classes specifically about writing for social work. So this handbook provides some help for instructors to guide students, but again with minimal classroom effort. When we think about classroom instruction, we're thinking about sort of didactic courses such as policy or practice or research. And in that regard, Chapter 1 is really the backbone of this type of instruction. It provides a structure, a 7-step structure for students to address all aspects of written assignments, starting with understanding what the requirements of a paper are. And it goes all the way through Step 7, which includes submitting the paper properly on time with a little wiggle room in case technology fails. Chapter 4 also has some helpful hints. It provides students with ideas for enhanced use of tools that they may already use, such as Google Docs or Word, but we introduce them in that chapter to tools that are within those types of technology that they may already use that could be helpful to them in enhancing their writing. And we also introduce some tools that students may not have heard of before but could be useful to them as well. Chapter 5 covers the basics of APA style, and this is a little different from, say, Purdue OWL or other websites or books because it's really meant for social work students in social work educational settings. So we really focus on how to do in-text citations properly and references sections and so on, things that pragmatically social work students need to know. In Chapter 6, we tackle specific problems that students often encounter while they're writing their papers, such as writer's block, which is often known as well as writing anxiety, how to manage their time, and sort of practical problems that they may encounter. And then Chapter 7 covers critical reading skills for all different types of social work literature that students may encounter, and give suggestions for improving their reading, which will then in turn help them with being able to articulate their ideas that they've culled from these sources and will improve their writing as well. Now, practicum education is sometimes a little bit different, and we have 2 chapters in this handbook that really specifically cover practicum education. Chapter 2 is the backbone of this, and it covers all types of important writing that students will encounter in their agencies and during supervision, and it covers how to write case notes well, process recordings, as well as referrals using conventional English, spelling, grammar, punctuation, and so on. As well, Chapter 3 details writing outside of academic settings. So this could include letter writing, including cover letters, but resumes, emails that should be and look professional, as well as texting too. So in addition to this, in each of the chapters, we also have additional features that we think are useful to both students and educators. So the first is that in each chapter, we give suggestions for exercises that students can do to allow them to practice the skills that are taught in that section of each chapter. And it encourages the use of writing partners in these activities as well as in other forms of professional writing to help students further their own writing skills while peer mentoring at least one other person. And we know as educators that if a student can teach well, it means that they know the material well themselves. So we encourage the use of writing partners, but as well the exercises also provide opportunities to build skills if a writing partner is not available. And then finally, at the end of each chapter, we provide additional resources, often in the forms of links. So if you have the book as an ebook, it might be easy to get that. But we also have the names of websites for each chapter. So if students want to learn more or instructors want to learn more to do a deeper dive into a particular area, we have that as well. And we hope you found this first video helpful.